I want to tell you something that happened to me and my best friend. Something I've never been able to explain. And trust me, I've tried. It was one of those nights, you know the ones, where you have no intention of sleeping. It was maybe 2:45 in the morning. Me and my boy, we do this all the time. Sit up late, smoke, play PUBG on our phones, just vibe. Nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary. The room was quiet, except for gunshots coming from the game. The kind of quiet that feels comfortable, safe, like the world outside doesn't exist. Outside the window, it was dead still. No wind, no cars, not even a dog barking. Just that heavy, deep 3 a.m. silence that you only get when the whole world is asleep, except us. Then my friend does something weird. He turns around. Not like he heard something, not like he was startled. He just turns around, slowly, the way you do when someone taps you on the shoulder. And he looks at the space between us, and he says, completely casual, like it's nothing, "What happened, man? You didn't say hello?" I froze, not because of what he said, because of what I had already seen. 30 seconds before he turned around, I had already noticed it. Something moving between us. Low, fast, silent. Something I told myself was a shadow. Something I told myself was my imagination. Something I had already decided not to think about. And now my friend, who had his back to it, turned around and asked why it didn't say hello. I kept my voice flat. I kept my eyes on my phone. I didn't look at him. I said, "Don't turn back around." He laughed. He thought I was joking. He goes, "Bro, what?" "Don't turn around." Something in my voice must have changed, because he stopped laughing. He went still. And for a second, the longest second of my life, we both just sat there, not moving, barely breathing. Just two guys at 3 a.m., suddenly very, very awake. I started replaying what I'd seen in my head, trying to rationalize it. It was a shadow from a passing car. It was smoke doing something weird. It was my eyes playing tricks. But here's the thing about that explanation. There were no passing cars. There was no wind to move the smoke that way. And what I saw didn't drift or float. It walked. Not like a person walks. Not that upright, foot in front of foot motion. It sort of passed. Like it moved through the space the way water moves around a rock. Like it didn't need to navigate the room. Like the room wasn't fully real to it. I asked him, quietly, what he saw when he turned around. He didn't answer right away. That scared me more than anything. My friend is not a faint-hearted person. He's the kind of guy who laughs at movies, who walks through dark parking lots without flinching, who always says, "There's no such thing." He sat there for almost a full minute. Then he said, "It was between us. I thought it was you leaning over, but it was too low. And when I turned around, it was already gone." I asked, "Did it look like a person?" He was quiet again. "No." We didn't talk about it for the rest of the night. We turned on every light in the room. We moved our chairs to face the same direction, backs to the wall. We played PUBG until sunrise with our knees almost touching. We never mentioned it again. Not until weeks later, when he brought it up first. He said he'd been thinking about it every night before sleep. He said the thing that bothered him most wasn't what he saw. It was that it seemed to pause, right between us, like it noticed us noticing it. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to tell you it was a ghost, or a demon, or something in between. What I will tell you is this. We've sat up late plenty of nights since then. Same spot, same smoke, same game. But we always keep our chairs facing the same way now. And we never sit with our backs to each other. Because whatever passed between us that night, we don't want to give it that kind of space again.